What is up, everybody? Jim Reverse TV here today. So we're going to talk about this PSVR situation right here and how Sony announced yesterday at CES 2022, and they announced that the PSVR 2 has all these different details, more than the first one. And so this is all good and dandy, I guess, if you're a fan of VR. But a game journalist has said that he's not exactly feeling PlayStation VR. He actually stated that the VR feels like a huge distraction for PlayStation. The audience still isn't there at mass market numbers, and Xbox is a far stronger competitor this generation. So, I kind of gotta agree with this guy. I don't care for VR in the slightest. I think it is just a distraction. Hopefully when they're doing this VR, it's not gonna be like any major teams for any of these studios making these VR games, because I think it's just a niche product as well. But I've been seeing people capping for this VR situation, like VR is the second coming or something like that. That's like PSVR was out last generation. I didn't see that many people clamor for VR as they are right now. So I don't know what it is. I don't know, because PlayStation is just dry right now. They're going to exclusives. But the way these people are just clamoring for PlayStation VR is just ridiculous. It's like, I just don't get it. Like I said, once again, I have no interest in VR. I don't care if Microsoft even did a VR thing. I had no interest in playing VR. I just want to play the traditional way, how you play video games. This VR nonsense, I think, is just a niche throwaway product right here. But who knows? Maybe it might catch on this generation, because the way people are going on about this VR situation, you would think everybody has a PlayStation VR by the way they're just going on about this. But I don't think it even sold that well. Like, compared to how people got a PS4. But I don't know. Maybe people will buy the new one. So who wouldn't? Only time will tell. But let's see what people have to say about this comment right here. LOL, I've been sitting there wondering the opposite. VR does seem to be gradually growing, and Meta is throwing huge amounts of money at it. Trying to figure out how to take it mainstream might be smarter them to have a foot in that door. Xbox should just allow third-party approved headsets on the new consoles, but they don't want the console game stores segmented. I say, who cares? Put PC, mice and keyboard and VR games in there and use icons and let people know what they are buying. Ditching VR due to competition would be a rare example of competition being a bad thing. Sure, just like ditching PlayStation Vita, but it is what it is. Could VR be their blue ocean? Give the Xbox and Nintendo, don't offer it. This is a bad take. VR holds a lot of promises to become the future of gaming. Really? The future of gaming? I don't want to put a headset on while playing a video game. I don't want to do that. That's why it didn't work off. It didn't work off last time. People probably just tried it for like an hour or two for the novelty factor. They probably just put in the closet for the rest of the time they had the PlayStation, they had that VR system. So I don't know. People are saying it's the future of gaming now. I just don't get it. Then he also says, so calling it a distraction is very ignorant. It's a distraction for PS5 maker Sony, not the industry. That's the worst take I've seen this week, Mr. Game Journalist. Okay, so all these people who got a problem with what he said, these people better show some receipts of these guys playing this PlayStation VR 2 whenever releases then. Since what he's saying is just so wrong, I want to see some receipts of these guys just playing this VR 2 and not just playing it for over 2 hours and not just putting it in their closet afterwards. I would definitely want to see that. It's something that they can say they offer that the competition doesn't, but I agree about it being a distraction. Maybe they need that distraction for their fans, though. Now, if PlayStation were to turn around and say that their new VR headset is also compatible with PC 2, then that might make more sense. VR is great, and I'm glad that Sony's continuing to release new games and hardware for it. Spot on. I'm generally surprised they're still doing it, to be honest. It's like, I don't know how they stopped. What made them stop? They killed the handhelds off, but they want to continue doing PlayStation. They want to continue doing the VR service. I just don't get it. Like, apparently VR is more intriguing than the handhelds, I guess. Maybe it's so good with their new gear that they're going all in on faith. I think it's a brilliant move. Games are not only a bit of VR content out there, there's a much bigger market for VR. PS5 as a media station and a good price point is a viable option. Resident Evil in VR was a major selling point for me to get a PS4, and honestly had some awesome fun with it, even better with friends, round, and drinks. I'd rather play Resident Evil 4. I'd rather play Resident Evil for just a standard controller. I don't want to put something on my head to do that. The gunk is so good, lol. So I guess he's trying to take a shot at the Xbox indie exclusive, the gunk, which that game was pretty fun. So I mean, okay, he chased a shot at the indie game. The game was actually pretty decent if you actually played it. I'm not sure about this though. I think we should encourage interesting experimentation that might not be obviously profitable. Not the best take I read, respectfully. Okay. Xbox certainly are stronger. PS5 has dominated sales, though, so competitors will, of course, carry on with a market penetration approach to catch up. Strategically, now is a good time as any for Sony to go down the product development route with PSVR 2. Okay. Sony has its player base, it only has to compete with itself, in my opinion. Sure, it only has to compete with itself. Okay, like there isn't other VRs on the market. Or even if you're not talking about VR, there's still other gaming companies on the market that's just doing good stuff right now. So it's just ridiculous. Let's see. It's good seeing PlayStation following Valve and pushing VR, which is the real future of gaming and not these NFTs. Is VR really the future of gaming, though? This guy says if PSVR was the future, it would have sold better than 5 million units. Just saying. Yeah, it's like if VR was the new biggest thing, it wouldn't have just sold like 5 million with that first PSVR. Like I think a lot of people are just capping right now because this is the newest announcement from Sony, and we haven't heard like really any real news from Sony in a while. So I think people are just overly excited about this news because I just don't see PSVR being the future of gaming as these people are saying. I just don't see it. PS4 had all the market share last gen and sold well in excess of 110 million units, and yet only managed to sell around 5 million units of the PSVR. If it couldn't do better than that, then everything going for it at PSVR 2 is doomed to fail. Let's see. I agree with you, Andy. Still a waste of time and money and resources. Prefer Xbox concentrate on getting this generation right with the software and development teams. VR will not become mainstream, will remain niche. Yeah, I just hope Xbox don't follow this route and say we got to compete with Sony by making a VR thing. I still don't think it's worth doing. Like, I agree with this comment right here. It's a waste of time, money, and resources. If you want to play this niche form of gaming, just stick with Sony and Oculus and all that, and Valve, whatever. It's like, don't make Xbox teams work on this stuff either, man. Nah, VR is great. PSVR was strong for Sony, and this looks to build on that. It's all good. There's a reason why Xbox doesn't want VR for now. So he says this statement is just ridiculous. It's okay, Andy. You're not the only journalist that thinks PlayStation are screwed this generation. Handful of you plus all the fanboys. Yeah, Sony should focus on nail polish and refrigerators. They are so butthurt about that nail polish situation. I'll make a video about that too, but it's like really butthurt about that. Terrible take. Oculus plus Steam plus Meta. The thing is that Sony has always been interested in VR, and I think it's a little more than competing for them. Let's look at some of the quote tweets, because I'm pretty sure those are a lot more spicier, to be honest. PlayStation is making moves to make VR accessible and a viable platform by developing big first-party titles like Horizon and with more to come. Do not underestimate them. Aside, Xbox and PlayStation have two different business models. For the love of God, stop comparing them. I mean, they're both two console manufacturers. They're probably going to be the most compared at the big three, to be honest. This is an example of a garbage tweet. This dude was really in his feelings from this guy's tweet. Jeez, he commented twice. Meanwhile, what does this say? Meta has sold almost as many Quest 2s in the past year as Sony sold PS5s. Oh man, so because this Oculus Quest stuff is selling well, man, I hope this is just niche. I hope this don't become the mainstream of gaming. I would actually not want that to happen, to be honest. There isn't a mass market for Xbox consoles the last 8 years, and you don't see Microsoft thinking it's a huge distraction. Wow. What a salty Sony fanboy right here. Wow. Let me explain real quick why I said S-Take earlier. My bad, I had to run into work. I'm not about to listen to those. Console wars are so dumb. Just play your plastic box and shut up. Plus, what's so bad about PlayStation actually branching out and innovating? Because they might put their main teams on this VR nonsense. It's like instead of you getting like, I don't know, Wolverine or Spider-Man 2 or whatever new PlayStation exclusive coming out, you gotta worry about the devs taking time to make this VR nonsense. That's what people are worrying about right here. So he's critiquing a business trying to grow and expand a division they already invested into and plan on doing more with. Not to mention it's still the beginning of a generation. Of course, PlayStation/Xbox aren't going to be at a mass market numbers yet. Damn it, PlayStation, stop innovating. What the F is this take? I think Game Pass is a huge distraction for Xbox. Xbox is flooding their fans with hundreds of rentals for the fact that Xbox has put out a new original IP since Sea of Thieves. Well, they're putting out Starfield, though, so you're taking a big L on that. Starfield was coming out this year. That's a big new IP. Oh, man. This brought out all the Sony fanboys to this post right here. Jeez, they just all come out the woodwork from this post. This is a really bad take. It's not like Sony's putting out all of their eggs in the VR basket the way Microsoft once did with Kinect. How else do you grow an audience and to invest in the market? There are acquired studios that aren't working on VR to develop traditional games too. Walking and chewing gum is difficult too. See all the smart ass comments just because the guy said what most people are actually pretty much thinking. We're just being honest. Like, I just want to tell these people who have such a problem with what he stated. All these people who have such a problem with this journalist stated. I want to see them buy this PSVR 2 and play it for more than 2 hours. I want to see that happen. It wasn't a distraction last gen. A place to still produce some of the best games. So why do you think that when now they have more studios and better tech and understanding of VR, it would be a distraction? Yet he has nothing to say about nail polish and controllers from the other side. Xbox is a far stronger competitor. Only stronger in your mind because all the consistency lie about it and it hasn't shown strength anywhere except the cap y'all put forth. What does this even mean? So I have a comfortable lead in console sales and have an insane lineup premiere for 2022. Yeah, because the makeup has anything to do with what he's talking about right now. Yeah, so I'm going to conclude it right here. A lot of Sony fanboys just butthurt about what this guy stated, but I do kind of agree with what he stated. Like, I think VR is just a major distraction right now. But then only time will tell. The people who were so angry with this guy, only time will tell if they're gonna buy this PSVR 2 and actually play it. Put a significant amount of time into it. Or it's just gonna be put in their closet or just return to GameStop. We shall see. But definitely want to see your thoughts down below about this one. How do you feel about this? Do you think his comment is wrong? Do you think PSVR is the future, as some people are saying? Let me know down below. Leave a like for this video. As always, thanks for watching, and peace.